For thousands of years, one ancient mystery has captured the imagination of the world more than any other. It is the story of a mighty island, a powerful civilization, and a city so advanced that its ruins, if ever found, would rewrite everything we know about human history. This is the legend that refuses to disappear. The story of Atlantis begins not with explorers or lost maps, but with a philosopher. Around 360 BC, Plato wrote two works in which he described a stunning island kingdom located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, a place known for its magnificent buildings, great wealth, and extraordinary achievements. According to Plato, Atlantis was unlike anything the ancient world had seen. It had sparkling temples, vast canals, advanced engineering, and a navy powerful enough to rule large parts of the known world. Its people were wealthy, educated, and ambitious. They built monuments decorated with gold and precious metals, creating a city that seemed almost too perfect to be real. Plato did not describe Atlantis as a fantasy. He presented it as a real historical account passed down through generations, originally told to his ancestor Solon by Egyptian priests. These priests claimed that Atlantis had existed many thousands of years earlier, 9,000 years before Plato himself. If true, this would place Atlantis around 12,000 years ago. That date is significant because it aligns with a period of enormous global change. As the last ice age ended, glaciers melted, seas rose dramatically, coastlines shifted, and many early settlements may have been swallowed by water. For centuries, scholars thought Plato invented Atlantis to illustrate moral lessons about pride and corruption. But modern discoveries challenge that assumption. Around the time Plato claimed Atlantis existed, Earth truly did undergo catastrophic natural events. Plato described the end of Atlantis in one devastating sentence. The entire island sank into the sea in a single day and night of storms, earthquakes, and floods. At the time, this seemed like fiction. But today, scientists know that sudden, powerful natural disasters were extremely common during the end of the Ice Age. Massive amounts of melting ice caused rapid sea level rise. Megafloods tore through continents. Entire regions were reshaped within days. Some ancient coastlines now lie deep underwater. So the idea that a coastal or island civilization could be destroyed suddenly is not impossible at all. In fact, it fits perfectly with what we now understand about that era. The debate surrounding Atlantis focuses on a single question: where was it? Over the centuries, dozens of theories have emerged. Some of them logical, some imaginative, and some surprisingly supported by scientific evidence. One of the most widely accepted ideas places Atlantis on the island of Santorini in Greece. Thousands of years ago, Santorini was home to the Minoan civilization, one of the most advanced cultures of the ancient world. They had incredible artwork, strong trade networks, excellent architecture, and a powerful navy. Then a massive volcanic eruption almost completely erased their civilization. The island collapsed into the sea, and the Minoans quickly declined. This event mirrors Plato's description closely: a rich civilization destroyed suddenly by nature. Many historians believe the memory of the Minoan disaster may have inspired Plato's story. Another theory takes us far from Greece to the Sahara Desert. In the middle of the desert lies the Eye of the Sahara, also called the Rishat structure. It is a huge circular formation of rings, perfectly resembling the layout Plato described for Atlantis, alternating rings of land and water. The Sahara was once green and full of lakes and rivers. It is possible that thousands of years ago, civilizations lived there, only to vanish when the region dried. Some researchers believe the Eye of the Sahara may be the remains of a once thriving ancient city. Others look toward the Atlantic Ocean itself. The Azores Islands sit on a tectonic boundary, and some believe they are the mountain peaks of a once larger landmass that sank due to geological activity. Underwater structures near the islands have sparked debates about whether they could be ancient ruins. Though nothing is proven, the theory remains a classic. A more unconventional theory places Atlantis in Antarctica. Some scientists believe the continent might not have always been covered in ice. If it were once ice-free, a civilization could have developed there long before the deep freeze began. Though controversial, This idea highlights how little we truly know about ancient Earth. What makes Atlantis so fascinating is not just the question of where it was, but the possibility of how advanced it may have been. Plato described technologies and structures that sound far beyond the capabilities of Stone Age people. He wrote of metal alloys, complex irrigation systems, large-scale architecture, and a society organized with remarkable precision. For a long time, historians dismissed this as exaggeration. But discoveries like Göbekli Tepe, a monumental site built over 11,000 years ago, prove that humans were capable of astonishing feats far earlier than we once believed. This raises a possibility. What if Atlantis was real, and what if it was one of these early advanced cultures lost to time? Atlantis may also carry a lesson. Plato wrote that the people of Atlantis grew arrogant, greedy, and hungry for power. Their moral decline, he said, caused their downfall. Whether Atlantis was real or symbolic, this theme resonates across history. Civilizations rise, become strong, and eventually fall, often because of internal decline or natural forces greater than themselves. Even if Atlantis never physically existed, its story reflects a pattern seen throughout human history. Civilizations rise, expand, innovate, and then, often suddenly, collapse. The causes vary: climate change, natural disasters, conflict, or the slow erosion of their own values. Atlantis may have been Plato's way of warning future societies that progress without wisdom can lead to destruction. Yet the legend's survival over thousands of years suggests something deeper. People feel connected to the idea of a lost origin, a forgotten chapter in our story that still feels close, yet just out of reach. Interest in ancient mysteries keeps the legend alive. Explorers and researchers continue uncovering clues from our distant past. Underwater scans reveal structures hidden beneath coastlines that once stood on dry land. Satellite images show ancient river systems under deserts, suggesting entire cultures lived where no one could survive today. Each discovery makes the possibility of forgotten civilizations seem less like fantasy and more like an unanswered question. Atlantis also connects to global flood myths. Cultures across the world, Mesopotamian, Biblical, Indian, Chinese, Mesoamerican, and indigenous Australian, share stories of great floods wiping out earlier worlds. These similarities raise an interesting idea. Perhaps these legends are distant memories of real ancient disasters, echoed through generations. If so, Atlantis could be one version of a shared human memory of a world lost to rising waters. The search for Atlantis has produced fascinating discoveries. The Yonaguni Monument in Japan, stone-like structures in the Caribbean, and unusual sonar readings near Cuba hint at mysteries still hidden beneath the ocean. More than 80% of Earth's oceans remain unmapped. The idea that a lost city could lie in this unexplored world is entirely possible. Atlantis continues to thrive because it represents imagination and wonder. It symbolizes the hope that humanity's past may be more complex and extraordinary than we realize. It also speaks to the dream of rediscovery, the belief that ancient knowledge still sleeps beneath the sea. New discoveries like Göbekli Tepe, built nearly 12,000 years ago, show that prehistoric humans were capable of organization, engineering, and spiritual thought far earlier than expected. If such a site existed at the end of the Ice Age, then other advanced settlements, possibly even Atlantis, are not impossible. Atlantis also inspires scientific curiosity. Oceanographers and archaeologists study submerged landscapes, shifting coastlines, and ancient sea levels. As new technologies emerge, we may uncover evidence that reshapes our understanding of ancient Earth. Whether Atlantis was real or symbolic, it has accomplished something remarkable. It has kept humanity searching. It encourages us to explore deeper, question more, and consider that our past may not be a simple progression, but a cycle of forgotten worlds. Some believe Atlantis never existed. Others believe it waits beneath sand, ice, or sea, and many think the truth lies somewhere in between. Atlantis is more than a lost city. It is a symbol of curiosity and the unknown. It reminds us that the world still holds secrets, and that our history may be far older and richer than we imagine. Until the truth is found, Atlantis will remain one of humanity's greatest mysteries, inviting every new generation to keep searching and wondering what lies beneath the waves.